Episode 2 on the way. Let's get started. Grab you a cup of Stoffy. All right, we got a lot to get into today. The first thing I'd like to get into is the fact that the HC Davos Dynamo is still at the very, very bottom, and I'm not saying that I'm the reason why, but I'm not saying that either. We are 3-14-0 right now, and we have 6 points, whereas Riga Rain is 12-3-2. So keep in mind, we've played 17 games, but at the very least, Riga is ahead of us by 20 points. Now, Sean Glade, the boss of Davos, has decided to put in Finn Davison. Now, I'm not sure if Finn has played yet. I really don't know. I don't really pay attention. Usually after games, if I'm not playing, I'm asleep. So, let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick here and see what we've got going on. So, based on the scheduling, let's see our last couple of games here. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can just share my screen here. Just see. So, I'm going to do a display capture here. And let me just see. Okay. All right. So we've got the, let's see. All right. So good news is we played 67 games. All right. So here's something that I'd like y'all to look at. Look at this. Davos Dynamo 0, Calgary Wranglers 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at this game here. So this game, Calgary had 28 shots to the Dynamo's 19. And we didn't score crap. But if I know my Dynamo, we definitely had some penalties. Oh, here we go. Peter Giroir hooking minor at 9 seconds into the game. 9 seconds into the very first period, we got a hooking penalty. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this name, but I'm going to give it a hell of a try here. Walsmirs Zajakowski. Oh, that's from Calgary. I don't give a shit. But he's got a weird name, and I can't pronounce that for shit. So, he got a goalie interference at 3:02. Who was even goalie in this game? I just want to know. It was Finn Davison. Okay. All right. Good job, Finn. Look at this. Look at this here, 25 of 28. And then we got old Brick Wall, my buddy here, who had 19 and 19. Oh, yeah, it was a shutout. Of course it was. Of course it was a shutout. All right. Now, then we have Bastion Logan Mac Finshire for high sticking at 6:39. It was just a minor penalty. But keep in mind, guys, we like to hook, and we like to high stick. We like to beat the crap out of people, but that's not the first. That's not our game in the first period. Now, in the second period, we see that Elias Sobek has a fighting major penalty, and he's fighting old Waldemir Zajakowski. And I would love to say I knew who won that fight, but I assume that just like everything, Davos didn't win that one either. And then Phil Bennington from Davos got a hooking penalty just to kind of cap that period off. Then, thankfully, Calgary decided to have mercy on us. And we just decided to... What the hell happened here? Oh my God. Okay. Elias Dahlberg for hooking minor at 15 seconds into the period. Jacob Smith, Davos, for fighting major at 7:01. He fought with Calgary Center 3, and then Randoms got into it, and Calgary left wing 2 got into it, and then Elias got into it. Elias Sobek got into it, and good God, do we have just a holy smoking... Wait a second. Okay, so we got a bunch of folks that were in this here, and I guess that the... Good Lord. So Elias Sobek got into 2 fights during this game and was ejected for game misconduct. Then Elias Dahlberg, not to be one up by nobody, decided to go high sticking. And then, not to be outdone, Alvaro Joaquinin goes in for slashing. And then Calgary comes back for roughing. And then Calgary comes back for more roughing. And then Bastion Logan Mac Finchel comes in with a hooking minor at 17:12 to end the period. The reason why we're not scoring, y'all, isn't because we're not good. It's because we can't get out of our own way. Oh my God. All right, back to reality here. Just close this here. So what we're looking at now, let me go ahead down here and just see what else we've got going on here. Let's see, where's another Dynamo game? So, okay, so we actually did beat the Wranglers one time. Don't know how, but we did. Let's see what we did in this game. All right, so the Davos Dynamo had 29 shots in 3 periods. Calgary had 26. That ain't bad. The 3 stars of the game: Jose Gonzalez, Finn Davison. Good job, Finn. And Phil Bennington. All right. So, now, first penalties. One's on Calgary with Waldemir Zajakowski. He got a hooking minor at 4:41. Bastion Logan Mac Fisher, I love his name, but I can't pronounce it for shit. Because Bastion is fun, Logan is fun, Mac is fun, and then Finchel? Don't know. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and if you're listening, Bastion Logan Mac, I apologize. So, he got a hooking minor at 10:29. In period 2, Calgary decides to score, and Carl von Moltke with Johannes Wilhelmsson decides to get a score and an assist. But not to be outdone, Jose Gonzalez comes up with Paul DiMiero to enter that one score. And then Bastion gets another roughing penalty. In period 3, we have another goal from Jose and Jacob Smith and Phil Bennington. And then Carl Moltke gets mad, starts high sticking, and then Jacob Smith, not to be outdone, roughs him up, and then Caden Saint tries to interfere with the goalie at 11:58, but it's no use because Finn Davison decided to save 25 of 26 and wins his first game as the starting goalie of the Davos Dynamo. Great job, Finn. I'm very, very proud of you. You're doing a great job. Look at that. Look at that beautiful save average. 962. And we got Brick Wall down here who saved 27 to 29 shots for 931. And she is at 131 on the year as of that game. It's nice to see everybody getting to play finally. All right, back to reality. Let's go. All right. So, let's take a look at another game here. I'm sorry, I just wanted to start the show by kind of going through and seeing how Davos is doing because it ain't good. Let's take a look at here. Okay, here's another shutout. HC Davos Dynamo 0, Riga Rain 4. All right, let's see what kind of mess this was. All right, so Riga Rain. Let's see here. So Riga had 45 shots on goal. We had 12. All right. First period, they decided to be nice to us. But, of course, as with every game, we have 2 penalties. We got Jacob Smith for roughing with a minor penalty at 52 seconds into the period. 52 seconds into the period, Jacob Smith decided, hey, y'all, I'm going to go push on this guy for a minute. Then, later on down the road at 18 minutes, Jacob Smith decided to trip a guy. Second period, Riga decides, hey, you know what? Let's mess their world up. So, Ryu Crimson with Mika Pajari and Ryan Kostelik, another one of my buddies, decide to start scoring. And then to follow that up at 7:56, Edwin Preencarnacion has a freaking short-handed goal to make it 2-0. So, beyond that, instead of scoring, we go in and go penalty out. We got Bastion up in there, hooking at 139. Sean Glade from Riga charged one of our boys and just decides to get a minor penalty from that. Then left winger. Oh, I finally understand what that is. Left winger. Left winger. All right. At 10:48, decided to hook one of our guys. So Sean Glade, not to be stood up by a left winger, decided to hook another one of our boys at 17:57. Riga then decided to start playing again, and Ryland Peace with Ryu Crimson and Sean Glade at 18:10 decided to go in and just score one more for us. So it's 3-0 at this point. Then Jacob Smith at 18:48 decides to hook and gets a penalty, goes in the box on a power play goal, left winger at 19:44. We got literally 22 seconds left in the game. Scored his fourth. And, of course, look who's in the net, everybody. Look who's in the... never mind. Look who's in the net there. I still had a 911 save percentage. But, look. All right, so if y'all ever wonder, and I say this every week, I'm not saying I'm the reason that Davos is losing, but I'm not saying that either. I'm at 2-13-0 on the year. 2-13-0. I can't stop. Man, I can't stop the flood from coming through the dam. I'm telling you. And it bothers me beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I was going to go into a couple other games here. Look at this. Here's another game. 5-0. Let's see what's going on here. We played Seattle Bears. Good team. Love them. Davos has 17 total shots on goal. Seattle has 51 goals, or 51 shots on goal. All three starters are from Seattle. Let's see. So in the first period, Jake Davis, with the charm and Otto Axelson, decide to score a point. It's 18 minutes into the period, so they gave us a good amount of time to go in and just wreck it. But we didn't. We decided to wreck ourselves instead. So, actually, in this period, we didn't get any penalties. That's a new one. All right. So, Jake Davis gets a slicing penalty at 5:27. Matt Thompson gets one for interference at 8:12. And David Kiaskov gets one for goalie interference at 13:18. The second period, Seattle decides they want a ball. And David Kiaskov, Jake Davis, and the Charm decide to pair up and get a score at 4:42. David Kiaskov gets another point shortly afterward at 17:11 on a power play. Then you guys really, I think that people are starting to make names just to hear me pronounce them on this show and really mess them up. Vyacheslav Smirnov gets his 9th of the year, with Matt Thompson getting his 17th assist and Robert Malenko getting his 20th of the year on a power play. So, you know what that means, folks. We got old Goon Squad over here blasting through trying to get, and we got penalties. Bastion, every game, Bastion, every game. You go in for a hook and minor at 38 seconds into the game. Jacob Smith has a holding penalty at 16:16. Jacob Smith has a cross-checking minor at 18:51. And we're not even in the last period of play. So, last period, the Charm decided to turn on the Charm and score his 8th goal of the season with Mountain Thunderfist. Do y'all remember Mountain? That boy, I always wondered whatever happened to him, and good to know he's okay. He's in Seattle playing for the Bears. And then Otto Axelson gets his 9th assist of the year. But, of course, we've got penalties in there, all except for one on Davos. All right, so Jacob Smith has a holding penalty at 3:54. Jacob Smith has one for hooking at 10:29, and Jake Davis has one for hooking at 17:09. Rhett Stoffy, of course, in the goal, decides to save 46 shots, 46 saved out of 51 shots, and Roger Sterling, with an 11-3 record, decides to go ham and just shut me out. I have given more shutouts this year to people. I gave Alec Pepper his first one. I probably gave Roger Sterling his first one. In fact, let's go ahead and look through here. Let's go ahead and look at these stats here and see what we can find out. Okay, so going down here to the goalies. This is just sick. All right, so save percentage. Old Rhett Stoffy down here at 904 and 10th, with Alec Pepper above him at 907. Callis Cricketer up here at 908. Noah Stopko at 914. Isman Kingfisher at 916. Sean Baudure at 919. Tristan Izault at 920. Brick Wall at 928, playing 6 games. Good for her. Finn Davison, look at that. Look at that right there. Old Finney. Look at old Finney. He's got 9.43, and then we have Johnny Havink Harrison, who has a 9.49. Now, not to be outdone by anybody, Johnny decided to keep goals out of his net, which I apparently don't know how to do, and have a 1.22 save percentage. What is he, Astrid Wolf? Come on now. Now, he's only played 4 games, but that's pretty damn good regardless. Finn is second with a 2.14 goals against average. Tristan Azalt is 2.40. Callis Cricketers is 2.57. Brick Wall at 2.58. Come on, Brick, you got this. Noah Stopko, 2.81. Sean Brozier, 2.84. Roger Sterling, 3.08. Let's see here. Alexander Pepper is 3.19. Ismond Kingfisher is 3.36. And look at this. Look at this. I'm not even on this list. I'm not on this list at all. Shutouts. Okay, so in my defense, I do have 1 shutout down here. And so does pretty much everybody else. So, wouldn't you know it? Look at this. 1 shutout for Roger Sterling. Guess who it was against? It was against me. Ismond Kingfisher, probably against me. Brick Wall, I know was against me. Johnny Havant Harrison, don't know. Callis Cricketers has 2, don't know. Alexander Pepper has at least 1 off of me. I know that. Now, moving up, take a look at the shots blocked, plus and minuses, and hits. Aurora has a plus and minus of 18. Sebastian Ironside has 18. Boner has 6. I still can't take that seriously. Come on, guys. Are you guys serious? Tzuyu has 16. Joseph Basilino has 14. Edward Pre-Incarnation has 13. Podrick Cass has 13. LeVar Ball. What the hell is he doing here? He has 11. Dylan Wynn has 11. Kisan Sean has 10. Whatever happened to him? I haven't seen him in a while. Who's he playing for? No. Oh, he's Riga. All right. He was drafted 4th overall. Sweet Lord. All right. All right, shots blocked. We got Alvaro Jokinen on the Davos Dynamo. He's at 47 shots blocked. Joseph McWolf has 45. Matt Johnson has 45. Johannes Wilhelmsen has 39. Jacob Smith had 39. Jesse Wilson had 39. Seems like everybody likes 39. Lando Baxter has 38. Robert Malenko has 36. Lou Bronson has 35. Brian Sullivan Jr. has 35. Hits is Matt Thompson at the top with 76. He's beating the crap out of people. And Sebastian Ironside has 75. Left winger has 69. Randoms has 65. Joseph McWolf has 64. Sidney Crosby has 64. Jorgon Wayad has 57. Jacob Smith has 56. Sean Glade has 56. Jake Davis has 54. All right, let's see here. Now, for forward defensemen and rookies, we have game played and points. Arroyo had 35. Sebastian Ironside had 35. Matt Thompson has 34. Edward Pre-Incarnacion has 26. Podrick Cass has 25. Vyacheslav Smirnov has 25. The Charm has 22. Otto Axelson has 22. Viren Dragomir has 21. And Bo Luth, who will be on the show eventually, has 21. Now, for defensemen, Robert Malenko has 29. I don't know why I said it like that. 29. Joseph McWolf has 22. Chizuyu has 22. Maxim Kovalchuk has 21. Joseph Basilino has 19. Ryan Kostelic has 19. Matt Johnson has 17. Colton Rain has 16. David Kioskov has... Did I pronounce that right finally? Kioskov? Nice. All right. 16. And Johannes Wilhelmsen has 16. And Joe McWolf... Oh, well, hang on. So that's for the defensemen, the rookies. We have Joe McWolf at 22, Chiuzu at 22, Joe Yolonen at 19, Ryan Kostelic at 19, Dan Walensky at 18, Rocktrian King at 18, Sean Shawinigan, Shawinigan at 17. Carl Von Moltke has 15. Ryu Crimson has 15. And Sean Glade has 15. All right. Now, here's the big one. We already did points. We already did assists. Well, no, we didn't. We didn't do assists. Goals. We have Ayora Arroyo at 18 goals. Matt Thompson at 16. Otto Axelson at 13. Edward Pre-Incarnation at 13. Bo Luth at 12. Podrick Cast at 12. Dan Walensky at 11. Rocktrion King at 10. Jasper Canmore at 10. Marvin Harding at 10. Then we have assists. Sebastian Ironside leading the league with 26. Robert Malenko having 29. Joseph McWolf, 19. Matt Thompson, 18. Maxim Kovalchuk, 18. Ryan Kostelic, 18. Ayora Arroyo, 17. Sue, 16. Colton Rain, 16. And Joseph Basilino, 16. Now, for the team of the week, I am selecting the Riga Rain. Riga is kicking everybody else's ass, including the Seattle Bears, by, well, no, you know what? They're 2 points ahead. I mean, honestly, between the two of them, it seems like a pretty tight race. But, oh, excuse me, the one that I see that might be a scary factor is actually the Toronto Legion. Now, for those of you who don't know, I was actually drafted to the Toronto Legion and traded to Davos in exchange for some picks. In fact, the reason why Sean Brodeur is with Toronto at this time is because of the fact that I was traded to Davos and he was traded to them. Now, they've only played 16 games, so they have a game probably coming up against the New York American, which they may win, as New York Americans are 7-8-1 at this time. But let's not go to sleep on the Mute here, because the Mute is 10-6-1, and they're on a one-game winning streak. Now, the best winning streak in the VHL right now is actually belonging to the Toronto Legion. As you can see from the graph here, Seattle and Riga have both lost their last game. Now, Calgary and Helsinki have things to prove, so they can honestly move up. I would see that Calgary, with one more win, one more win, should move up above New York, and Helsinki should take their spot, because Davos ain't doing it this year. I'll be real honest with you. We've lost one this week. So, I mean, Statistically, I don't know. I don't believe we're doing that great. Let me go ahead and just look back here at season 63, and we'll be able to tell. So last year, Davos only won 15 games out of 53 with 4 overtime losses. They did win their last game, but look here. We're seeing a very interesting parallel. Riga is a powerhouse team. Seattle is a powerhouse team. The outlier here is actually Toronto, because Toronto's actually going and balling a little bit this year and deciding that this year is the year that they want to play. So I'm very, very proud of that. So my team of the week is Riga Rain. Now on to Goon of the Week. My Goon of the Week is the entire freaking Davos forwards. All 3 lines. Because honestly, the thing of it is, we ain't scoring because we're beating the crap out of people. And that's the biggest thing for me, is that we're just going in and beating the crap out of people and then pretending like, oh, well, shoot, so, oh, shucks, we didn't win that one. Well, guys, the secret is you got to stop fighting with everybody else and start fighting for the puck. And when I say fighting for the puck, I don't mean beating the crap out of somebody. I mean actually putting your stick on the ice, going down the ice, putting something in the goal, and being content and knowing that you just scored for our team. Now, I will say this. You know what? We might break a record this year for losing, which I'm not too bad. I'm not too big on. Be honest with you, it's not exactly fun to be at the very, very bottom of the scope. But I'll be honest with you. I've been very, very lucky that that recently I've been able to play for a team that actually wants to have me. So I can't really speak too much on that, but I just love being in Davos. They treat me well, and holy crap, I just happened upon this one. Let's talk about this one. Seattle versus Helsinki. Okay, let's see. So, Seattle played Helsinki, and in the first period alone, scored 5 goals. Jake Davis at 8:24, Matt Thompson at 10:53, the Charm at 12:32 on a power play. Oh boy, you know what power plays mean, folks. All right, Otto Axelson at 14:45. And Matt Thompson at 15:49. Now, did the goalie just give up? Did he just give up in this one? Mountain Thunder Fist for roughing. I wouldn't want to rough that man for nothing. I don't even know if it's a man. I think it's like a bear. Just a big old bear. At 2:17, Sidney Crosby for hooking at 4:56. Sidney Crosby for hooking at 11:14. Dan Montgomery at 13:07 for tripping. Paulo Nano at, geez Louise. Okay, so it's pretty split up on penalties. Then Helsinki decided to come in and score with Julian Boylan, Keaton Luth, and Matt Johnson teaming up to make sure that they get a goal on a power play. Thankfully, the last power play came from even though it was their technical power play, we can start to see that they're starting to make some moves. Now, that didn't stop the powerhouse that is the Seattle Bears. The Charm, Vasyslav Smirnov, and Otis Eggleston score all right in a row. 6:17, 9:22, and 10:56, respectively. There are penalties in this period. The Charm for hooking. Matt Thompson for interference. Matt Thompson again for hooking. and Jake Davis for holding. Sometimes Jake Davis just likes to be held. I don't know. And period 3, we have the 10th goal from Jake Davis, and Helsinki decide to roll up, and Kronos Bailey and Keaton Luth decide to knock some goals in, and then Vyacheslav Smirnov, not to be outdone by his counterparts in Helsinki, decide to score again, and then Vesto Silfer comes in and knocks it home. But is it enough? No. 47 of 57 shots are blocked by Alexander Pepper, whereas Roger Sterling just has a field day with 35 of 39 to win the game and bring his record to 8-3-0.